Finally, a milestone Connor McDavid upgrade, as well as 3 other 87 overalls. We've got brand new game breakers, as well as this week's weekly mode update featuring the Philadelphia Flyers. Let's get into it. Let's start first at the top. We've got a milestone for Connor McDavid reaching 1,000 points, becoming the 4th youngest player to do so. We also received 87 overalls for Steve Yzerman, Mario Lemieux, and Wayne Gretzky, which means we've got our first Supercharged X Factor upgrade, as well as our first Hologram upgrade. Taking a look at that 87 Connor McDavid, again, fastest card in the game. 93 speed, 93 excel, with 91 agility to go with 86 endurance. Playmaking forward, which is one of the most common synergies in the game, will get that agility up to 93 and increases offensive awareness and passing to 94 overall. He gets deking boost. The boost synergies we're starting to see on cards in the high 80s. It is still going to be very difficult to activate these just because there are not a lot of cards that actually have boost synergies yet. And he gets gold elite edges, which is a fantastic ability. All in all, this is probably the best card in the game currently that isn't one of the fantasy items. But nonetheless, the milestone Connor McDavid looks fantastic. Taking a look at the upgrade to the Supercharged Connor McDavid at Tier 3, he will unlock Acceleration Boost, and my goodness, if you're able to get that activated somehow, that's 96 Acceleration, 93 Speed. Absolutely absurd for this stage of the game. Playmaking forward would get the agility up to 93, and as always, the free gold wheels makes him the best card in the game. If you already have Supercharged McDavid and you're wondering about the cost to upgrade, do whatever is cheapest. So it's 40,000 for Tier 2, 50,000 for Tier 3, or 2 X Factor tokens. Go and take a look at what is the cheapest way regardless. So if it's cheaper to make 2 X Factor tokens, go ahead and make those. If it's cheaper to just use coins, use coins. Understand that you're not going to downgrade this Connor McDavid ever, so you don't really have to worry about the refund cost. Our next milestone is the 87 Mario Lemieux with sniper forward and power shooting boost, which will boost the slap shot and wrist shot power by 4, which is actually pretty significant, as well as gold puck on a string because they love giving out gold puck on a string lately. He's got 87 speed, 88 excel, and 90 agility, which is still very good. He's got great hand stats and good face-off rating at 86 overall. One of the better cards in the game right now. Wayne Gretzky at 87 overalls got playmaking forward and deking boost, as well as gold unstoppable force. He's up to 90 speed, 90 excel, again 93 agility with 86 endurance. Low 90s, high 80s shooting. His hand stats are fantastic, and 89 faceoffs. Wayne Gretzky has proven to be, his hologram, one of the best centers and just cards overall in the game. So if you aren't able to go after that card because of the cost, you might be able to find this Wayne Gretzky card, which is still going to be extremely expensive, but it might be a more obtainable way to get. And then lastly, we've got the 87 is Steve Yzerman. He's got playmaking forward and face-off boost, which gives +4 to face-offs. The boost synergies are fantastic. He's got Goldborn Leader and 89 speed, 88 excel, agility almost touches 90, but 80 endurance. Again, we've seen that any card with 80 endurance or around there, it just loses energy so fast. He's got good offensive awareness, great face-off rating, still a very, very good card, but Mario and Gretzky are a clear cut above right now. Taking a look at the hologram upgrades from 86 to 87, Wayne does not get a skating increase, does unlock playmaking boost as well, so again, probably a little bit of a letdown for hologram owners that the skating doesn't increase, but still one of the best cards in the game. As well as Mario Lemieux, who again does not receive a skating increase other than his agility boost, and does get agility boost as the synergy, which again is a crazy great ability once you're able to get that activated. +3 to agility and balance is very strong, so again, might be tough to activate, but if you're able to, you've got a really strong card on an already great one. We've got our next Game Breakers release, highlighted by the 86 Neil Pionk and Travis Konechny. So again, we are able to use our Game Breaker collectibles to make a selection based on what overall you want to target. Taking a look at some of the more interesting Game Breakers, we've got X-Shark Jonathan Dahlen with Sniper Forward, which gives him a very good shot in the high 80s, low 90s. He's also got 87 speed, 86 excel, and 92 agility. But again, his endurance is absolutely brutal at 78. You've got Bowen Byram up at 84, who has proven to be a very good card if you had his Team of the Week version. He's got 2-way defenseman, which gives his defensive awareness and stick checking up into the high 80s, 89 speed, 88 agility, and 87 acceleration. Again, very mediocre endurance, but two-way defenseman helps a little bit with that. He's also got silver elite edges, so a very fun left-handed defenseman here in Bowen Byram. Your first 85 is the Jared McCann, 6'1", 191 with two-way forward and gold schnipe. 89 speed, 88 excel, and 87 agility. Very good skater. High 80 shooting. Jared McCann cards ever since his Spotlight Master Set player, and I believe NHL 23. Always proven to be a pretty good card. Adrian Kempe at 85 overall, 6'2", 200. I thought he was actually a very fast skater, but 86 speed, 85 excel, and 88 agility. I could be wrong there. Only 80 endurance. So kind of a letdown there with gold make it snappies, probably better options for you. And then Flyers are having a heck of a week. We've got the 86 Travis Konechny with two-way forward and gold close quarters. 90 speed, 89 acceleration, and 91 agility. Mid-80 shooting. His hand stats are a little rough. Kind of an odd attribute statted card, but the 86 Travis Konechny is interesting. Lastly, we've got Neil Pionk, who is actually very good. Offensive defenseman, gives him 90 shot power, as well as gold shutdown, 89 speed, 88 excel, 91 agility, to go with 85 body checking and 87 defensive awareness, so a pretty well-rounded right-handed defenseman card. Now, when it comes to the Game Breaker sets, they operate just like they have all year. You can do the 81 and above tradable version. Again, it will cost you 6 collectibles. You will get any card from any of the Game Breaker releases, remember. 83 will be untradeable, so if you want to get an 83 overall card, you can trade in the future. You can go for that. And then finally, we've got the 85 overall Hut Game Breaker player items. Again, this will include Kempe as well as Jared McCann, but as well as the prior 85 overall Game Breaker cards. I would always recommend just taking the tradable one, shoot your shot. Even if you don't pull a good one, you can throw them in your lineup to work towards the objectives. I also want to note, if you are trying to make any of the Master Set player items from the Next Gen event, this is a free way to get an 83 overall item that you can use in those Master Set player item sets. Now we get Game Breaker objectives, as always, by doing various things throughout the week. 25 games is probably the hardest one, which is why I think that you should do this set and start saving up a few Game Breaker cards, even if you don't pull anything good. And that way, in the future, every week, you have a little bit easier. You'll eventually get the Game Breaker 81 Kent Johnson. And then they've added new Game Breaker moments for you to get more collectibles. Now, our weekly mode update player is for the Philadelphia Flyers, featuring the 84 Tyson Forster. It is account bound. It also looks like they have removed the 82 overall untradeable version, which is kind of lame because at least it was a way that we could trade in for events and things like that. But again, it works like all the other ones. You've got to get some Philadelphia Flyers player items in your lineup and you'll get the 84 Tyson Forster. And he is a pure theme team player item. Very disappointing card here. And lastly, in terms of new cards, we've got a whole slew of next-gen items. Again, these are all Calder Watch players, but understand that a lot of them aren't going to be Calder eligible, like Seth Jarvis and Matt Boldy, for example. But there is some other highlights here, like the 83 Sebastian Casa, as well as the 81 Dennis Hildeby. Again, taking a look at some of the more impactful ones, we've got the 85 Seth Jarvis with sniper forward and gold puck on the string, 88 speed and excel, 91 agility, but again, 80 endurance, which is just super underwhelming. We've got Matthew Boldy, who's got great size at 6'2", 201, power forward and gold schnipe, but rather low speed at 86, 84 excel, and again, 81 endurance. So more of a theme team item. Axel Sandin Palika, the 5'11 right-handed defenseman, has offensive defenseman as well as silver heat seeker. Heat seeker has proven to be one of the better abilities in the game, but again, 78 endurance, so watch out for that. Only 80 balance as well, so he's going to get knocked off the puck kind of easily. The 83 Sebastian Casa, probably the best goalie in the game. It's 6'6", 87 speed. So again, if you are looking for a very expensive goaltender, Sebastian Casa's 83 is probably going to cost you quite a bit. And then lastly, the 81 Dennis Hildeby. Only 80 speed, but he's 6'7", so he's probably going to be half decent. I do want to talk about some of the packs in the store. It does look like they brought back the X Factor packs, but there isn't an extreme discount. This was going for only $78,000. Now it's $112,500. Again, this will give you a random base X Factor. If you're trying to get McDavid, this will help. It's still a discount. But if you have the opportunity to pull a duplicate that you don't need, so if you already have 4 Marcel Nobels, for example, do not do this pack. If you pull a 5th one, you've just wasted over 100,000 coins. Not worth doing. This green X Factor pack is still worth doing. It costs about 220,000 to get a base X Factor item. But nonetheless, again, if you have the chance to get a duplicate, I would not do it. Same thing with the Power Bicon packs. You can try and shoot your shot. If you've got duplicates already, again, you're just flushing 80,000 coins down the drain. So again, this is going to be buyer beware. And congrats to Travis Sanheim owners, now up to a 92 overall. He unlocks a third synergy, which is power shooting boost, as well as a new superstar ability ice pack, which is legit one of the worst. But nonetheless, 90 speed, 89 excel, 95 agility. His defensive awareness is almost max. He's got 94 body checking. And if you can get power shooting boost activated, he's got 98 slap shot power. Just an absolute cheat code. So for anyone that's got him, 4 goals away from being a 99 overall. Some of the other fantasy upgrades, we've got Damon Severson, who's quickly becoming one of the best ones as well. Again, if you're able to get agility boost, that's such a massive bonus with the +3 to agility. And quickly want to shout out Mason Marchment, who has just been blowing up the league this week. He went up to 84 overall after a really slow start. Again, his skating is pretty mediocre, but at 6'5", 216, he is going to be one of the most impactful if he can get to 99. Middlestad was one of the best in week 1, 88 speed, 87 excel, and 90 agility. Again, proving to be one of the best offensive players so far in the game. That's going to do it for today's content. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.